shop. I got a little bit of a road trip ahead of me today, but gonna go and pick up a set of rectangle port heads for the big block on the We the People truck, and currently looking for another project to maybe do a build series on, because honestly I got the truck just about dialed aside from putting the right heads on it and adding boost. But as far as today goes, I'm gonna just try to do a time lapse of the road trip. I'm gonna set the GoPro up on the dash and let it record, and maybe I can go a little more in depth as to what I'm doing and why. Once I got the parts, probably gonna send the heads out, have them redone. Good friend of mine, Richie Powell, he does really A+ work. He used to race the jet boats, and he's the guy. He built my motor for me quite a few years ago now, and it's been at 3 Cletus and Cars events, multiple truck pulls, and I don't baby it. He knows I don't baby my stuff, and he set it up basically to beat the shit out of it. Got to order a set of valve springs for the new heads, because the old heads didn't have valve springs. It just floated valves around $7 grand, and that should have been where I was making peak power in that 468 big block Chevrolet. So right now, headed to the shop. I'm gonna try and get some road snacks and whatnot put together. It's kind of crappy weather out today. It's raining. Here's my bald eagle duck. And so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm a landscaper and I have time today to go out and grab a set of heads for the race truck and do some cool things. And bring you guys along with me for the ride. Alright, we just got back from Indy, got the truck torn apart. Radiator done exploded on us, so stopped at the Summit store on the way home. Here's the old one, right there, and then I got this guy here on Scratch and Dead Special for $100 at Summit store, so some slight modifications to make her fit. Just gotta, you know, drill some holes in the rat port and make some brackets for up top. I'm gonna go with an LS style coolant reservoir, that way it has way to vent some of the cooling pressure. Other than that, should be good to go. She's dialed, fired right up. We let her cool her down, and yeah. We went and we secured the heads, got them right there, you know, they're in a box, so you know they're good. And yeah, can't wait to see what the truck does with them puppies on there. But yeah, I'm in the middle of New Jersey now. He's a real cool dude. He had a sweet looking Camaro there with a 502 big block in it. That's what the heads came off of. He traded them out for aluminum ones. Cast iron heads, they're gonna hold what I do a little better than an aluminum head would. And that's one of the big things. Everybody just wants to go for big power. You really have to take the time and focus on what you need for your application when it comes to doing this type of stuff behind it. I mean, And not everybody's mechanically inclined. Personally, I do all the work on the truck myself. I do, you know, I do have a couple buddies that come and help me, but most of the work is done by yours truly, and there's a lot of mathematical stuff that goes into figuring it out. And you know, I'm hoping with these heads that'll flow a little better. I'm pretty sure the combustion chamber on these might be a little bigger, so we might be able to get closer to that compression ratio that we're shooting for. And as long as all that is the case, there is a solid chance that we will be able to take what we have here and add boost to it. Trans blankets, and I already got a drive shaft loop, but you know, the more stuff you add to it, the more power you make. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes and it doesn't get talked about. So throughout the process of doing what I am about to do to this truck, I'm going to try to document as much of the stuff that goes into it that you wouldn't think about while I do it. And it's real hard. I do run a business. I have We the People Lawn Care, Maintenance and Fabrication, and without being able to you know, just take 2-3 days at a time, which it's raining right now, thank God I actually have time to do something. But you know, it's real hard not having the time to do things because you're working. But yeah, so that's all. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera back up on the dash and try to get some cool time-lapse footage of driving again. It's a heck of a ride, and I'll do maybe a more in-depth, you know, show the heads, show what we're working with, and maybe once we have the heads off the truck, we could do a side-by-side comparison. I can probably show you guys how to measure your combustion chambers. That would be something useful for basically everybody to know that wants to get into building engines and turning wrenches. And you know, just go from there. You know, there's no how-to book on doing this whole making video things. I just got into it. Honestly, I was drunk one night and signed my truck up for a burnout contest because it did lay some rubber. I didn't expect to run into half the issues I did with the first 2 goes I had at it, but I did. And another part of motorsports is learn from the mistakes you made and do a better job each time you go out there. It's not about winning each time. I don't know how Cleet does it, and that guy, he podiums in just about everything he does, and I shout out to him, because for a lot of people it's just trial and error and learning how to start from the bottom.
Turn left on
Discard! Discard! Discard!